Bad hair or bad movie? Man, let's talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Klepcx FM, sponsored by WeAreCritics.com. Listen, have you guys heard of this new horror movie called Bad Hair? Listen, I am not gonna lie. I watched the trailer. Actually, before I even watched the trailer, I heard about this in New York Comic Con that just passed a few weeks back, and it was like a panel with all like great black creators. Rusty Cundiff was there. Justin Simien, who's actually the guy who wrote and directed this movie, who also directed and wrote Dear White People. So he's a phenomenal writer, phenomenal director. He's a great guy, and he does great work. So when I heard about this movie, I was like, this is kind of like B movie-ish. It kind of sounded like a skit or like a anthology from like a Tales from the Hood, or like just a movie that probably would be like low budget, would look like really like blaxploitation-ish or whatever. Bad Hair, right? So I wanted to see it though. When I saw the cast and I saw the people, the players that were involved, I was like, there's just no way this could be bad. I don't know if that was wishful thinking or I was hoping, but I go into this, right. So check it out. Check this list out. You've got Vanessa Williams, you've got Usher Raymond, you've got Kelly Rowland, you've got Blair Underwood, you've got Lena Waithe, you've got Judith Scott, you've got James Vanderbeek. Yeah, James Vanderbeek, and then you have who I think is a newcomer. I've never seen her before, but Elle Lorraine. I've never seen. Maybe I have, and I'm just not really. It's not clicking, but I haven't seen her in a lot of things. But she's a star of this, like the lead. And then you also have Jay Farrell, who's also phenomenal. He was great in what was that? That's that iPhone movie in Unsane. Oh, I love that movie. I thought that movie was done so well, and for how they filmed it on an iPhone. You guys got to check out Unsane. Jay Farrell's in that too, but he's in this one, and it's a horror movie. Yeah, it's very horror, and they don't hold back. It's very very horror, and you think to this like, how do you make such a cultural thing or a thing that like, because I mean, let's face it, anybody that you're black, you've grown up, you know like. Hair has always been a thing, you know what I mean, like with our people, and even women, taming it and making it look a certain way, or making themselves feel worthy or accepted, I should say, is always been a social thing, and this movie touches that. The cool thing about this movie, let me tell you the good things about this movie. The great things about this movie is it's talking about things that we as most black people do not talk about, and that is about the racism between our own, or the outcasting between our own that we do to ourselves, let alone what we deal with in society with other people and other races. But there's always been a thing between our own people, as far as light skin versus dark skin, good hair, bad hair, that kind of thing. And this goes back, the movie is set in the 90s, like the early 90s, 89, 90s, like when that was like prominent in entertainment, period. Like Spike Lee talked about it through School Days. It was always like an us against them within our own community, even getting jobs. The light girl, fair skin and flowy hair would always be more accepted than the dark skinned sister with nappier hair or short hair. Even with men, always more attracted to the light skin, with the long hair than versus the more natural Nubian looking sister. Like, this is a real thing that has been within our community for a very long time. So this movie touches on that, and I think that was what really makes this movie like worth a while and worth watching, because it was like going down memory lane for me. Especially in that era, like 89, the 90s, that was my time. That was my era. Like, I loved the music, the culture, the vibe. And it was always like a sense of like, are you conscious or are you playing black? You know what I mean? Like, in that time, and Justin tackles that and touches that and brings that back. Like, it's even filmed with a filter that kind of gives it that gritty 90s VHS feel. So when you're watching it, you really kind of feel like it was that time. And not to get off topic and kind of fluff this out, but I want to talk about the setting of how it made you feel like that time with the music. Like, so the story follows, and the character's name is Anna, who works for like a BET or like a MTV or like a Viacom, I should say, and they have a urban branch called Culture, which is like the BET branch, and they're making a change. They're making a transition. Like the original director of that station has stepped down, and they bring in the Vanessa Williams, fair skin, good hair, to kind of revamp the station, and Anna struggles with succeeding in her job. There's a gentleman Jay Farrell plays who has been getting by and just climbing up the top, and he started as an assistant when she started or below her or something like that, and she was the one that got him boosted, and he's still getting all the fame and getting all the love, and she's natural looking, she's got the short hair, she's not well received in the corporate world, and when Vanessa Williams comes in, she interviews everyone just to kind of feel them out and see where the direction of the company. But everyone's nervous. They're like, "Oh, we might be losing our jobs because everybody in here, we're keeping it real. Everybody in here is not playing that, that game where they're playing black. They're more righteous. They're more true to self and everything like that." And so Anne goes in and she's creditable. She's the reason why the station's been around. She's come up with great ideas, and Vanessa Williams sees that in her. But then, before she walks out, she makes a comment about her hair and like, doesn't it bother you the way they look at you? Like, just kind of taking jabs and tearing her down and making her want to change herself to feel more accepted, which I think was like a great way to set up the movie. So, yeah, she wants to fit in. She wants to get promoted. She wants to be like Jay Farrell's character Julius. So she goes out. She gets recommended to go see the hair specialist who can hook her up. And of course, it's not what it seems. Everything looks great. They're gonna go in there and she gets her hair done, and it's not exactly what she seems. It's almost like she's kind of selling her soul low key, and they don't really tell you that, but you can kind of get the gist of what's going on. So she gets the hair done, and after that, things start getting crazy. She's already tender-headed. For those of you who don't know what tender-headed is when people do your hair, like they pick it or they comb it or whatever. It's like it really hurts. Like some people can't take the tension that comes with pulling your hair out of the, trying to style it. That's tender-headed. So she does that, and things start getting crazy. Like the hair starts coming to life almost. So I'm gonna stop there because I don't want to like give away too much of what's going on. But basically, the story kind of follows. There's like a thing in certain cultures where hair is somehow connected to your spirit or your soul. So they play on that a little bit because I know a lot of times when I would see women doing hair, especially black women, when they do hair, if a little bit of your hair comes out, they don't just throw it away in the trash. They literally burn it, because when you burn it, that just like no one can like play around with your soul, the hexes and that kind of thing. So this plays a lot on hair belonging to different souls or different people, and what happens when you blend that with your hair, and it gets creepy, it gets cheesy, horror cheesy, but it means well. But the soundtrack within all of this, like the era that it takes, I'm happy that they picked that era and that they didn't try to do it kind of in the current time, because it probably would have just never worked the way they wanted it to work, keeping it in current times. But I really like that Justin kept it in the 90s. That's such a prominent era for this kind of thing, like the hair weaves and that being like a thing, and it really worked in that sense. But yeah, murders wise, like a lot of the CGI, some of the CGI looked very good, on point, but then it got a little ridiculous because it was like hair meets the Blob, like that kind of thing, and I don't know, a lot. It was fun to watch. It's fun to just check out. By no means am I saying that this is like the best horror movie in the world. It's not, but it's very entertaining. I'll tell you that. And that soundtrack is banging because I was watching the movie and just listening to like the songs that they had Kelly Rowland singing because she's like a Janet Jackson type artist in the movie who also has the weave and everybody wants to be like her and they're like they're envying her. So that kind of pushes people to kind of change up a little bit. So in the songs they have her singing their original music, and I'm not gonna lie, they felt like New Jack Swing era, 89, 90s. So I kind of took it upon myself to just kind of look through Apple Music to see, like, let me see if there's a soundtrack for this movie, because I mean it appears to be low budget, but you wouldn't think that they would have included all of this into the budget and stuff. So damn sure enough, there's a soundtrack. And the soundtrack is on point. I'm not gonna lie, I probably got through half of it, but I was vibing out to it. Like it felt like some Teddy Riley shit from back in the day, to kind of match the tone of the movie. So other than that, you're getting a decent horror movie to just watch and just kind of trip out with your friends, and then you're also getting a banger soundtrack that you could just play in the background on a Halloween party or something like that to kind of vibe out to. Something I've never seen done before. Like only a black director, black people would put a fucking R&B hip hop soundtrack together for a horror movie, other than Tales in the Hood. That was the only time I ever saw something like that. But I think overall, I'm not gonna act like this is the best movie in the world. Probably like a 2.5 for me out of 5. But it's very nostalgic. It takes you there. And it's entertaining for the most part, and it's good to see that a lot more of our people are getting behind cameras and leading the way with original content, like original. You know what I mean? Like you don't see that a lot in Hollywood, but it's good to see original content on this scale. The movie is available on Hulu for those of you who have not seen or have heard and didn't know where to find it. But the trailer was very hard to find. I know when it first dropped, a lot of people were asking for where's the trailer. They couldn't find it, but it's out there now. It's on YouTube, and the actual movie is playing on Hulu. So it's Halloween season, guys. Spooky season. So take the time, go check it out, please. Bad Hair. Not that bad of a movie, but not that great of a movie either. But it's definitely entertaining, and like I said, even if you don't get any scares, you're definitely gonna jam out to that soundtrack. And shout out to that team, man. And guys, let me know what you thought. If you did see Bad Hair, or you didn't see Bad Hair, or you heard about Bad Hair, let me know. Let's talk about it and tell me what you thought. And again, for more movies, television news, and things of that nature, make sure you guys check out wearecritics.com, and make sure you like, comment, share, and please subscribe. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.